I was looking at the weekly and monthly charts on both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. The sort of strength we have closed with, the risk is on the upside. And we had a narrow range Friday, so it's quite likely that we get range expansion today. And it looks fairly likely that post some small volatility at about 12,100, we should be headed higher. So any sort of declines should be used to buy into the market. uh, Gap up, you can maybe buy half and look for some declines to buy the other half. But overall, Bank Nifty and Nifty both look like they are going to move further this time, because each time previously we've gone to 11,900, 12,000. The market has become fairly volatile and it hasn't looked strong. But this time it looks like, with the broader market also participating, we should head on the upside. I think Motilal is a buy with a stop of 685, target of 710. All private banks have ran up other than IndusInd Bank. I think again there's a very good risk reward here, so that's a buy with a stop of 1360, target of 1420. Just Dial has weakened quite a lot, fallen below its 200-day moving average. That's a sell with a stop of 562, target of 540. Now, I don't know much about M&M numbers, but the chart is looking terrible and again retreated from the 200-day moving average. So that's a sell with a stop of 600, target of 575. And finally, metals is after a long time showing some sort of bottoms getting created. So JSPL is a buy with a stop of 119, target of 130.
The markets are in good cheer. We have been talking about how we should be buying on dips. Now, what the Nifty is going to do is there are two resistance levels very, very close by. 11,945, which was the high 2-3 days ago, and 12,000, which is that psychological resistance. So the Nifty may take its own time crossing these hurdles. It may do it today morning, it may do it in the afternoon, it may do it tomorrow. I can't say when, but I think we can be sanguine that we will cross 12,000 eventually in this week, in this weekly settlement of options. So traders should be on the long side. If you are not, buy at the open and stay there. Be prepared for the little volatility, because once the market tries to cross resistance, sometimes it retreats many times. So just be prepared for that. Don't worry about it. We are crossing 12,000. Well, I have mid caps. So this is a theme that I have been going into, and it's a recurring theme for many days now. See, first, we are already taking care of the large caps when we buy the Nifty, and second, mid caps are giving buying opportunities. That's a message that we must understand. That means after many months and years, there are mid caps which are bottoming out, which are breaking out, and that perhaps suggests that the breadth of the market is likely to improve as time goes by. I have Exide as a buying idea. Exide has broken out of a narrow range. It had a good day, and I think that should continue. I have Godrej Consumer Products. Godrej Consumer Products, actually made a new high and then retreated on Friday. That's normal. Once a stock goes into new highs, it gets a little nervous. But the minor retreat is a buying opportunity. We should be going long, assuming that the new highs will eventually come into it. Then I have Hexaware. Hexaware had a sharp dip on Friday and bounced back. So it's a buy on dip. It's also a place where strong support came in, buyers came in. So we are literally buying at the lows. And finally, PFC, where a big bear market has come to an end, a double bottom is in place, it broke out. And I think PFC and REC are two companies where actually the book to price ratio is very favorable to buyers. So consider buying that.
I think yes, there's a strong chance of that happening, no doubt about it. I think the structure is quite good. The short-term, strength is also visible on the chart. So there's nothing negative per se happening. Given that, I think the logical movement should be on the upside, and we should see continuation. So I would agree that we should possibly attempt 12,100, which was the closing high, or near to the closing high earlier. At least that should be tested, and we should make a good attempt of trying to get past those levels. Having said that, I think we have taken some profits off on the index, given the fact that we were slightly on the overbought side with the markets, kind of rallying for the entire last week. So if it crosses 960, 970 again, which could happen with the gap up today morning, we will possibly take fresh longs on the index. But on stock specific side, we have been trading with all long positions. I have all 4 buy calls. The first one is a buy on Bajaj Finserv. The intraday charts have again started showing strength. So buy with a stop below 82.95. Look for 85.70 to about 8600 as the first target area. ITC has been improving, in terms of medium-term chart outlook, and the structure is quite positive. That's a buy with a stop at 256. Look for targets of 273. A buy on Tata Steel with a stop at 391 for targets of 422. And finally, a cash stock, GNFC makes as the final call. That's a buy with a stop at 213 for targets of 238.